another episode, of the Toronto Blue Jays franchise. And to start off the video, I'm going to be going over our Major League team, our AAA team, and our AA team, the statistics, our rankings, and lineups, and rotations, and bullpen, and stuff like that. So to start things off, we're here in the Major Leagues with our Toronto Blue Jays. First off, let's take a look at the new lineups that we have. Bo Bichette's still hitting leadoff, as you can see his stats there. 18 home runs to go with 53 RBIs, an average of 306, an on-base percentage of 378, and an OPS of 1,016. Take a look at the defensive kind of stuff here. A 988 fielding percentage and 3.5 WAR. That's only going to be going up as he's having himself a great year offensively and defensively. Batting second, recently coming off the 60-day DL with a torn finger ligament, is Rano Grichuk. As you can see, he's only played in 15 games. So not much of a sample size there to really measure his ability and his helpfulness to the team. Batting third is Rowdy Tellez, picking up right where he left off last season, and he's grown even more. You can see those contact and power stats. Even the plate skills are coming up, and the fielding and arm strength reaction, all that stuff is coming up, so that's nice to see. In 64 games this year, he has 18 home runs to go with 42 RBIs, an average of 313, an OBP of 398, a slugging percentage of 588, and an OPS of 986. He's only committed 2 errors over there at first base. That brings him to a 996 fielding percentage, and he has a 2.9 WAR. Batting fourth is Vladimir Guerrero Jr. As you can see, his stats are continuing to go up as well. The 22-year-old has played in 61 games thus far, hitting 14 home runs, already matching his last year's totals, and 41 RBIs with an average of 267, an OBP of 330, and an OPS of 825. He's committed 0 errors over there at third base so far this year, and he has a 2.5 WAR. Batting fifth is Lourdes Gurriel Jr. See his stats, his power versus lefty is going up by a lot, already at +7. And you can take a look at his stats so far. He has 19 home runs, 42 RBIs with an average of 286, an OBP of 323, and an OPS of 911. He's committed 4 errors in left field to go with a 969 fielding percentage and a 1.1 WAR. Heading sixth is the continuing to struggle second baseman Kaman Biggio. Just for whatever reason, he will not get off to a good start. In 56 games, he has 5 home runs and 17 RBIs, which is not bad, but you take a look at the average at 207 and the OBP of 308 to go with an OPS of 662. He's doing worse than he was last year. We're going to see what we want to do with him. He's also committed 4 errors and has a WAR of 0.5. Hitting seventh is the powerhouse hitting Teoscar Hernandez. You see his stats there. Versus righties is going up, but versus lefties he's struggling. In 60 games, he has 9 home runs, 26 RBIs, an average of 231, and an OBP of 335. His OPS is pretty low at 740 as well. He's also committed 4 errors out there in center field, and he has a fielding percentage of 963 and a WAR of 1. Our DH is Derek Fisher. Not much of a DH, but I want to get him in the lineup for that sheer power that he has. 63 games so far. He has 8 home runs, 24 RBIs, a 211 average, a 297 OBP, a 381 slugging, and a 679 OPS. He hasn't played out in the field, so he's only played 8 innings in the field, committed no errors. He has a WAR of 0.2. And to round things out is our catcher, Danny Jansen. So far this year, he has 6 home runs, 15 RBIs, an average of 200, an OBP of 314, and an OPS of 660. Our primary catcher has committed no errors in 471 innings of work and has a WAR of 1.3. And on the bench, we have recently called up Mitch Walden. No stats to go with him. We have Billy McKinney as our outfielder. In 29 games, he has 4 home runs and 12 RBIs, an average of 161, OBP of 259, OPS of 582. He's committed 1 error in 230 innings of fielding work, and he has a WAR of -0.3. Our backup catcher is Reese McGuire. In 29 games, he has 4 home runs and 8 RBIs, a 236 average, a 286 OBP, and a 716 OPS. He's committed 1 error in 137 innings of work, and he has a WAR of 0.3. And we have our super utility guy in Trent Giambroni. In 18 games, he has 2 home runs, 7 RBIs. He's batting .192. His on-base percentage is .259, and his OPS is .554. He's committed 2 errors for wherever he's played in 164 innings of work, and has a WAR of -0.4. Take a look at the rotation now. Our ace is still Hyunjin Ryu. We have Shun Yamaguchi, Anthony Kay, that recently called up, 25-year-old from New York. We have Nate Pearson, who's continuing to have a really good bounce back year. And we have the struggling Cal Quantrill to round things out in the rotation. The lone reliever is Josh Lindblom. Our bullpen looks like Travis Bergen, Kelvin Herrera, Tim Maiza, who's recently called up after the struggling Thomas Bonhomme has been sent down to AAA Buffalo. We have Austin Voth, Hunter Strickland, Sam Toye Viola, and we have Ken Giles. Now for AAA, I'm not going to go over the way I did in majors. I'm just going to kind of say the names, and we can look at their stats in the player stats screen. We have Michael Gaddis leading things off, followed by Kevin Smith, Brian O'Grady, Jake Lamb, Gabriel Guerrero, Ty France, Riley Adams, Andy Burns, and Otto Lopez, with Jalen Miller being called up, Josh Palacios, Gray Kessinger, and Patrick Cantwell. In the rotation in AAA, we have Ryan Barucki, Jacob Wagasback, Sean Reed Foley, Yancy Diaz, and John Harris. In the bullpen, we have Aaron Sanchez, Thomas Pannone, Trent Thornton, Elvis Luciano, Jesus Tinoco, Sam Gaviglio, Julian Merriweather, and Melvin Adone. Then from there, we can take a look at the player statistics. First up, the pitchers. Our best pitcher would have to be Jacob Wagasback, in my opinion. An ERA of 1.18, a whip of 1.19, in 67 innings of work. He has a FIP of 324. You can see those who are struggling and those who are not. You can also go over ERA and that as well for them, who's doing well in that department. Sean Reed Foley have the highest ERA out of all. And then we have some with little sample size. I forgot to look at the position players. So we'll do that now. Take a look. Jake Lamb is our highest average guy. Michael Gaddis and our lowest. Riley Adams and Josh Palacios, Gabriel Guerrero, etc. On base, Jake Lamb. OPS, Michael Gaddis, Jake Lamb, Brian O'Grady. The lowest being Palacios, Guerrero, and Adams. Head on over to AA New Hampshire. Leading things off is Logan Warmouth, followed by top prospect Jordan Groshans. In right field is Griffin Conine, Demi Oriamoli, Gabriel Moreno, Casey Clemens, Jordan Adams, Tristan Pompey, and Miguel Geraldo. On the bench we have Deshaun Brown, Marcos Prieto, Garrett Tapia, and Arelvis Martinez. In the rotation we have Alex Manoa, Simeon Woods Richardson, Eric Pardinio, Adam Kloffenstein, and Joe Gatto. In the bullpen, we have Yancy Almonte, Zach Jackson, Sam Williams, Lorenzo Cordero, Kendall Williams, Hagen Danner, Corey Copping, and Aaron Fletcher. Take a look at their stats over here. Our best hitter would have to be Brock Lundqvist, but he's injured. So I guess I'll go with Jordan Groshans hitting .318 to go with 3 home runs and 22 RBIs. He also has an on-base of .374 and an OPS of .827. Kind of going over the highs and lows here. You can pause it if you want to see. Head over to the pitchers. I would have to say Adam Kloffenstein's definitely been our best pitcher up to this point, as he has a solid 2 ERA to go with a whip of 1.02. Simeon Woods Richardson does have a lower ERA and WHIP, but he's only pitching 10 innings as he's been hurt. We can go over the FIP category now. Eric Pardinho has a FIP of 2.44. Woods Richardson is a 2.72. Clovenstein with 3.48. All been pitching very well to this point. Now we'll go over some of the team rankings. Our batting average wise, I think we are doing better, but apparently I'm wrong. We're 25th with an average of 246. Our top of the lineup is carrying us, but the bottom of the lineup is just killing us. Runs scored. We're in the top half, that's for sure. We're 6th. We're 323. That was a little bit unexpected, to be honest. Hits. Are we in the top half? Nope. We are 28th. We need to score. We need to get more hits. Home runs. We're in the top 3 with 115. RBIs. Are we in the top half? We are. We are in 6th with 321. Let's see. Slugging percentage. We're in 3rd with 451. On base percentage. We're not in the top half. We are 23rd with 322. Not good at all. Fielding percentage. Top 10 of 990. ERA. 23rd with 434. Saves in first with 33. Blown saves. We've blown 7. We have a winning percentage of 6 to 18 to put us in 6th. Not bad at all. Take a look at the stats here. Major Leagues, Luis Arias leading the league with 352. Rowdy Tellez is up there in 6th. Bo Bichette's in 8th. In the National League, Jesse Winker with 355. Eric Sogard, the former Blue Jay, in 9th. Home runs, Mike Trout leading the way with 23. Then we have 3 straight Blue Jays here at 7. Or at 3 here, excuse me. Lourdes Gurriel tied for 3rd with 19. Then Rowdy Tellez tied in 7th with Bo Bichette with 18. Vladimir Guerrero Jr.'s are at 13th with 14. National League, Pete Alonso has 22. Former Blue Jay Eric Thames are up with 15. On base percentage, Rowdy Tellez is there in 6th with 398. Bo Bichette with 378. That's about it. National League, Jesse Winker with a 421. Absolutely crazy stuff. Slugging, Bo Bichette tied in 2nd behind Mike Trout with 638. Lourdes Gurriel and Rowdy Tellez there with 588. In OPS, Bo Bichette in 2nd behind Mike Trout. Rowdy Tellez there in 4th. Because I did not go over this stuff here. Jesse Winker with slugging and OPS. Wins, Griffin Canning with 10. Nate Pearson with 8. Interesting stuff. Saves, Ken Giles leading the AL with 26. Interesting. Roberto Ozuna, the former Blue Jay, with 8. With 8, excuse me. And the National League, Kenley Jansen with 27. The former Blue Jay, Ryan Dull, they're in San Francisco now. ERA, Griffin Canning with 1.55. That's insane. To lead the AL and to lead the entire major leagues. That's insane stuff right there. WHIP, Ryan Yarbrough, with a WHIP of .88. Colin McHugh with a .99 WHIP. Griffin Canning with a solid 1. No Blue Jays there. No Syndergaard with a .84 WHIP. Pitching war, Garrett Cole has the highest WAR. Shiny Yamaguchi there in 13 with 1.7, and Nate Pearson in 1.6 right behind him. Marcus Semien with the highest batting WAR with 4.7, Trout with 4.6, and Bichette with 3.5, Bartolez with 2.9. Insane stuff. I'm not going to go over the AAA and AA league leaders. That's more of an end of the season type of thing. So that's where I will cut it off. And now let's get into the games where we have Nate Pearson going up against Garrett Cole and the New York Yankees. Hello and welcome to Yankee Stadium here in the Bronx, where the Toronto Blue Jays are in town to take on the Yankees. On the mound for the Blue Jays is Nate Pearson, and on the hill for the Yankees is Garrett Cole, making his 15th start of the year. Looking at that stat line there, a definite ace. And as I said before, Nate Pearson having a very good year, making his 14th start on the year. And this would be a very quick game indeed. Bottom of the first inning, the first batter that Pearson sees is DJ LeMahieu, and he's going to hit a ball off the foul pole line just fair for a home run. His 6th of the year, and the Yankees have an early 1-0 lead. Here in the bottom of the fourth is Miguel Andujar hitting the ball to the deepest part of the yard over the wall for a home run, and it's 2-0 Yankees off Andujar's 18th home run of the year. We go all the way to the top of the ninth now, where Aroldis Chapman comes on looking for the save. It's still 2-0 at this point. The first batter he sees is Vladimir Guerrero Jr., who's going to get a base hit to right. And that would be the Blue Jays' second hit of the game. Then Lourdes Gurriel comes up on a full count, and he hits a no-doubt shot to right to tie the ball game at 2 here in the ninth. His 20th home run of the year. It's 2-2. He would then get Derek Fisher to strike out to end the inning. Ken Giles would then come in at the bottom of the ninth, looking to get the Blue Jays to the top half. He would get a quick 1-2-3 inning. The first batter he sees is Giancarlo Stanton. Strikeout, slider away. Second batter he sees is Gary Sanchez. Strikeout, slider away. Next batter he faces Luke Voit. Slider, strikeout away. We go to the top of the 10th, where Chad Green would come on, and he'll have a 1-2-3 inning, and Giles still on the mound, and guess what? Strikeout, slider away. Top of the 11th, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. hits a deep fly ball to right off of Chad Green, and that's going to go into the stands for a home run. The Blue Jays take the lead here in the top of the 11th inning of Guerrero's 15th home run of the year. It's 3-2. And the man who tied it gives them a 2-run lead. It's Lourdes Gurriel Jr. hitting a no-doubt shot to left this time. It's 4-2 now, off of his 21st home run of the year and his second of the game. Sam Viola would come into the game, making his 11th appearance on the year. The first batter he faces is Aaron Judge, who gets a base hit to left through the infield, and there's a man on to lead off the bottom half of the inning. Miguel Andujar would strike out looking on, guess what? A slider away. Next batter is Gio Urshela, who's going to get a base hit up the middle. That's going to get in front of Teoscar Hernandez, so it's runners on first and second with one man out. Now we're bringing up Giancarlo Stanton, and he's going to hit a deep fly ball to left. The Gurriel is there to make the play for out number 2. A scary out number 2. And the final batter, Gary Sanchez, guess what? Strikeout, slider away. The Blue Jays hang on, complete the comeback, defeat the Yankees by a score of 4-2. The winning pitcher is Ken Giles, who went 2 innings strong in relief. The losing pitcher does go to Chad Green, who gave up the 2 runs in the top half of the 11th. The player of the game would go to Lourdes Gurriel Jr., who went 2 for 5 with 3 RBIs and 2 home runs. The honorable mention would go to Vladimir Guerrero Jr., who also went 2 for 5 with the game-winning home run. We now head to Boston to take on the Red Sox at Fenway Park. But first off, we have a trade to announce. We have shipped off Trent Thornton and Aaron Sanchez to the Baltimore Orioles in exchange for Richard Blyer and Michael Givens. This trade will help solidify our bullpen. And with that, we did have an extra reliever, so we decided to ship him off to Atlanta, who was in need of a reliever, and we got minor league prospect Josh Stowers. We then went out in free agency and signed a former Blue Jay, Edwin Encarnacion, to a 1-year, $3 million deal. We are now at Fenway Park here in Boston, where the 49-31 Blue Jays visit the 42-38 Red Sox. On the mound for the Red Sox is Nathan Eovaldi, making his 6th start on the season, mostly as a long relief pitcher, but coming in to start. The first batter he sees is Bo Bichette, who gets a base hit to right to lead off the ball game. Next batter is Ronald Grichuk, who's going to hit a deep fly ball to left. This one is going to go up against the monster and off the monster for a base hit as the runner scores all the way from first. It's RBI double for Ronald Grichuk, and the Blue Jays take an early 1-0 lead. Rowdy Tellez now would then get a base hit to left, so it's runners at the corners with nobody out. Then Guerrero Jr. is going to hit a no-doubt shot to left center field off a hanging fastball. Another home run for Vladdy. It's 4-0 here in the top of the first off of Guerrero's 17th home run of the year. Encarnacion wants to get in on some action, so he's going to hit a deep fly ball to left center. This one is going to go up against a monster. It's going to bounce away from the center fielder Tyrone Taylor, and Encarnacion's going to get into third with a triple. Teoscar Hernandez will then strike out on a ball in the dirt to end the inning. On the mound for the Blue Jays was the recently called up Ryan Borucki, making his 10th start on the year, having had a brief stint in AAA Buffalo to improve his confidence and abilities. The first batter he sees was Andrew Benintendi, who gets a leadoff walk to start the inning. Xander Bogaerts with 2 out will get a base hit up the middle as Bichette does keep it in the infield, but that'll be ruled a base hit for Rafael Devers, who would then ground out to the second baseman Biggio to end the inning. We then go to the top of the third, where Rowdy Tellez is going to get a base hit to right. This one's a deep fly ball to right that's going to get over the head of the right fielder Verdugo, and that's going to be a leadoff double for Rowdy Tellez, which would then bring up Vladimir Guerrero Jr., who's going to hit another home run to left field. This one is going to get over the monster into the stands for a home run. His second home run of the day, his 18th on the year, extends the Blue Jays' lead as Marcus Walden will then come in relief. Still in the top of the third, Lourdes Gurriel wanted to get in on the action, so he's going to hit a deep fly ball to center. And going back is Taylor, but he's going to run out of room as Gurriel is going to get hit his 23rd home run of the year. It's 7-0. We go all the way to the top of the sixth, where Bo Bichette wanted to hit another home run, in which he did. A no-doubt shot to left over the monster for another home run. His 21st on the year. It's 8-0 Toronto. Bottom of the sixth, Borucki's still on. And with the man on first, it's going to be a base hit to left, just in front of the left fielder, Yastrzemski. Sorry, that's Gurriel. The Red Sox will then hit into a 5-4-3 double play to kill the momentum here in the bottom of the sixth. Xander Bogaerts would then hit a deep fly ball to center. Yastrzemski would there to make the play. Now to end the inning. Gurriel hit another deep fly ball to right. He's going to take advantage of the short porch there in right. He's going to hit his second home run of the day, 24th in the year. It's 9-0. We then go to the bottom of the eighth, where Borucki is still on. There's going to be a base hit into the right center field gap. The runner does score all the way from first. It's now 9-1 off the RBI double. Andrew Benintendi would then get a base hit up the middle, and Keeper Ruiz all the way from second would hold at third, actually. So it's run out the corners with nobody out. We would then bring in Michael Givens, the recently acquired reliever, to hopefully shut down the inning for us. Full count for Verdugo, who's going to strike out on an inside changeup. That would then bring up J.D. Martinez, who would get a base hit to the left past the diving glove of Guerrero. It's now 9-2. But the left fielder, Gurriel, would then throw out the runner trying to advance to third. So it's 2 outs. Then Bogaerts would then strike out on a pitch in the dirt to end the inning. Kelvin Herrera would then come in the bottom of the ninth, hoping to get a 1-2-3 inning. He almost did. He was one strike away. Then he hangs A pitch to Jesus Aguilar, who hits a no-doubt shot to left center. His 16th home run of the year. It's 9-3 now. Tyrone Taylor will then pop up to the catcher Reese McGuire to end the ball game. Ryan Borucki gets the win as he goes 7 innings strong. Give it up 7 hits, 2 runs, a walk, and 3 strikeouts. The losing pitcher would go to Nathan Eovaldi, who only goes 2 innings while giving up 7 hits, 6 runs, and 4 strikeouts. No save was recorded, and the player of the game would go to Vladimir Guerrero Jr., who goes 2 for 4 with 2 home runs and 5 RBIs. As you can see on the screen, we did make a trade for Mike Yastrzemski, as we sent starting pitcher Patrick Murphy and second baseman Andy Burns to the Giants. We are in Angel Stadium of Anaheim here in Los Angeles to take on the Angels. On the mound for the Angels is Andrew Heaney, making his 18th start on the year. The first batter he sees is Bo Bichette, who's going to get another leadoff hit to left. So it's one runner on with nobody out for Lourdes Gurriel, who also gets a base hit, this time to right field. So it's runners on first and second, nobody out. Rowdy Tellez in a 1-1 count would get a chopper up the middle, batted down by Simmons, but he could not throw him out. So it's bases loaded with nobody out. Guerrero Jr. would then strike out on a high sinker for out number 1. Out number 2 would come from Randal Grichuk, who swings and misses on a low sinker for out number 2. Full count to Edwin Encarnacion, who gets a base hit to left over the hopping glove of Rendon. 2-run score. It's an 2 RBI single for Edwin Encarnacion. It's 2-0. Mike Yastrzemski would then strike out on an inside sinker to end the inning. And on the mound for the Blue Jays would be Anthony Kay, making his 7th start on the year. Top of the second now for Kevin Biggio, who's going to get a hit against the shifts. So it's a leadoff single for Kevin Biggio with nobody out. Danny Jensen would then get a ball into the gap, the left center field gap. Biggio would score all the way from first to extend the Blue Jays lead to 3. It's 3-0 here in the top of the second inning. Bo Bichette would get his second base hit of the day, this time to right field. So now it's runners on the corners with nobody out. That will then bring up Lourdes Gurriel on a 1-2 count. It's going to get a base hit into the right center field gap. The runner scores. Bichette advances to third. So once again, runners on the corners, nobody out. For Rowdy Tellez, in a 1-2 count, is going to get a fly ball to left. This one's going to get over the head of Justin Upton. The run scores. The runners advance to third and second. With still nobody out. They'll then do it for Andrew Heaney as Matt Andrews comes in relief out of the bullpen. Second batter he sees is Randal Grichuk, who then gives up a deep fly ball to center, and Trout will run out of room as he's going to watch this one go over the wall for a 3-run home run. Grichuk's 4th home run of the year. It's 8-0. Bottom of the 4th now for Anthony Rendon, who's going to absolutely clobber a hanging curveball into the away bullpen. A solo shot gets the Angels on the board. It's 8-1 off of Rendon's 22nd home run of the year. Top of the 5th for Edwin Encarnacion, who's going to get hit a deep fly ball to left center. Trout going back once again, hops at the wall, could not make the catch. It's another home run. Encarnacion's 5th home run of the year already. A solo shot, it's 9-1. Ramirez will then come in out of the bullpen. In the top of the 5th, he would get a 1-2-3 inning as he gets Gurriel Jr. to ground out to the first baseman Theis. Richard Bleier will then come in the bottom of the 8th, still the same score, making his 33rd appearance on the year, and he would get a 1-2-3 inning as he gets Bo Taylor to ground out to the second baseman Biggio to end the inning. We then go to the bottom of the 9th where Sam Tuivasa would come in out of the bullpen, and he would get a 1-2-3 inning as he gets Anthony Rendon to strike out looking on a low sinker. The Blue Jays obliterate the Angels here in Anaheim by a score of 11-1. The winning pitcher would go to Anthony Kay, who went 7 innings strong, only giving up 3 hits, 1 run, a walk, and 4 strikeouts. The losing pitcher would go to Andrew Heaney, who didn't even last an inning, giving up 9 hits and 6 runs. The player of the game would go to Bo Bichette, who went 3 for 4, and the honorable mention would go to Randal Grichuk. On your screen now is the All-Stars for both the AL and NL. Scrolling past your screen, you saw the starting pitchers and now the relief pitchers. And Ken Giles, our closer, did make the All-Star game. As you can see the stats on the screen there. We also had Rowdy Tellez make the All-Star game for the second straight year, I may add. One snub, I believe, on our team was Bo Bichette, who did not make the All-Star team. Elvis Andrews made it over him. I don't agree with that at all. I think Bichette should have got the nod, but he did not. A lot of big name players on the AL All-Star team. Now go through the NL. Pretty similar names. German Marquez there is a surprise to me. Jake Faria having a very good year in Milwaukee. The closing pitchers, the former Blue Jay Ryan Dull. You see him on your screen. JT Realmuto now with the Dodgers. Freddie Freeman, Josh Bell at first base. Second base, Ozzie Albies and Mike Moustakas. Third base, Chris Bryant, Manny Machado, Justin Turner, and the former Blue Jay Eric Sogard. Shortstops, Trevor Story and Tommy Edman. Left field, Juan Soto, Kyle Schwarber, and Jesse Winker. Center fielder, Victor Robles, Ketel Marte. And in right field, Ronald Acuna Jr. and Mookie Betts.